Okay, welcome. So this introductory video is about the Smart Notebook 19 for online activities. So how we can use this software to create activities for our students. All right, so if we have a look at the Smart Notebook, what we need to understand is, this is a procedure for community language teachers. So if community language teachers are interested in using the software, basically what they need to do is to download the software. The software is paid. However, the New South Wales Department of Education, through its Community Languages Schools program, has provided access to the software by means of providing you a free license, and you can access the software by downloading it and then putting in the code and then downloading it into your device. Free. All right, so how do we do that? Basically, it's this simple. We're looking at creating quizzes using the Notebook software by going to download Smart. Okay, straight away you can find here, download Smart in your browser, and it comes up with that. This is all we do. You want to go to Smart Notebook 19 support, etc. If you want, any of the ones below will get you to the download page, and this is what we do. You're going to find the download section here, and download drives. You've got this one here, downloads. So what you want to do is download just this first part here. Smart Notebook, including Smart Product Drivers and Smart Ink. That is the easiest thing to do. Do not worry about the next one. That's all you do. You click on there, you download, and you install. Depending on the speed of your internet connection, it can take maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes, depending. Now with NBN, possibly. And that's basically it. While we're on this page, you can see that there is a large amount of information for you. So you can see that along this section here, where we've got the downloads, you've got documents that will help you. So you've got training manuals for free. You have videos, obviously for free, and you've got some other articles, and then there's a blog if need be. So there is a lot of material for you to master the use of Smart Notebook. Now we're looking at Smart Notebook 19. You can go to 18 if need be. There isn't a huge difference there, but while you're at it, you might as well download 19. Now this is compatible with either PCs or Mac, depending on what you've got. When you click on here, you'll be asked whether it's for a Mac or for another computer. If it's Mac, you click Mac. All right, so what happens is, once you've done that, you've downloaded and you've installed, what you will find is an icon, and the icon will be a blue page once that is all done. Now, every time, and the blue page you can see is the one that you can see at the bottom of the screen there. That's what it looks like. Now you can either automatically have it going there, or if you're not sure where it is, you simply click. We'll try that again. So we just go down here, type here to search. I just do Smart, and it comes up with that blue page. It's actually a white page on a blue background. And you click on that. You click on it once, and it will come up. Now, when I open it, this is what it comes up with, this. Right. However, if you open it for the first time, let's try that again. If you open it for the first time, okay, this is what it'll come up with. And it's a really handy tool to have. And if you're starting out with Smart Notebook, do have a look at this first page that appears, because it's full of absolutely lots of simple, straightforward information. The information is based on, basically, first-time users or people that do need a hand. So I actually double-click, so it's opening up twice. So what you've got here is a learn the basics. You can see here. Try it online. So the new thing relatively new feature is that it is online. There is another online component of Smart Notebook, and that is, we'll have a look at that later. You can browse the content, you can stay inspired by getting all sorts of updates, etc., etc. Now you can choose for this window to come up as much as you like, or if you click down here, it'll just disappear forever. All right, now, this is kind of like a we're here to help window. So if you want to learn the basics, go here, all right? I'm going to go to the actual page, and this is what it looks like. Just bear with me, as this did open up twice. So here we go. That is what Smart Notebook looks like. We're going to be looking at some basic tools, and we will have a look at how you can create some activities for them. This can be done online. Now, if anyone has seen my previous videos on using quizzes or Kahoot or even Edpuzzle, a lot of these types of activities that are free, now this one, remember, is paid, but for community language school users with the access, it is free. Okay, so you can create interactive games that can be used online. Okay, and this is what we're going to be looking at today, without having to look at all of these parts here. Now, the most important thing is this. As a teacher, creating material for their students, you are basically not using the board. You are using your computer, okay? So many of us associate this Smart Notebook with smart boards. Sure, but you've got to create the material first on your computer. And this is what we're doing today. We're creating it on our laptops or on our computers at home, and then sending the activities to the students. Okay? So we need the internet. We need the program that we've downloaded and installed. And we obviously need the students to participate with a particular code, and we'll be doing that in a minute. So let's have a look at this. If we look, I'll go through this quickly. You can always create this material. You can create material on this blank sheet here, because this is your whiteboard. So you can post or paste, for want of a better word actually, you can paste material on here and you can post it to the kids. You can send this to the kids. So you can actually have links to the internet. You can have stories, images, videos, all sorts of activities on this white page that is in front of me or in front of you. Students can click on it and they can do it at home anytime. Today's actual lesson, let's say for us, is to see how we can create the interactive activities in no time whatsoever and have the students participate online. Okay, so what we're doing is this. We've got a blank page here. We don't need that. We don't need any of this apart from one thing, and it's this little icon here. If I click that little blue icon, you can see that it says activities straight away. This is an activity builder. It can be personalized. Okay, this is called Smart LAB. They've actually changed it just recently just to activities. And if you have a look here, you need to, we'll try that again, okay? You actually need to have the internet going, okay? So repeating what happened before, you've actually downloaded it, but in order to use this particular function, you will need the internet, okay? So you click on that and it connects to the internet. The reason we can tell that it's connected to the internet is because it actually opens up and you can see these colorful activities. So you've got all of these activities, okay? So you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 different types of activities. You can see that they're all different colors because they're different, they're different ways of actually creating activities. These are very, very useful and they are great fun. They can be at different levels. They have audio, okay? And they can be used with the language that you've got in your laptop or in your computer, okay? So if you're familiar with, which I assume you probably are, with using a keyboard in your target language, once you can either type or you can cut and paste whatever you need in your language into the activities. So let's have a look at just a couple of these. And I'm saying just a couple, reason being is that they are extremely easy to use. You just need a few times to practice, and I guarantee that once you've tried this a few times, you'll say, where have I been with, up until now, where have I been teaching without this particular tool? Now remember that when we do go back into the classrooms, that we can be using the interactive whiteboard with our school's permission. But let's see how simple these are. All right. So let's start from the very, very first one. So we're looking at a close activity, okay? A fill in the blanks activity. This lilac-y sort of purple color. We click on there. What happens? We open up. Now, what we want to do is this. You can do this at different levels. You can make it really simple, okay? So you can actually go somewhere, and if you go to, let's see if we can find we can either find something that we've cut and pasted from documents that we've already got. You can have a children's story, and just the words. So if we say, we can type. So once upon a time there lived a little girl called Curlylocks. No, what was her name? Goldilocks. Goldilocks. All right. We'll spell Goldie with an I and not a Y. So, and you can have the story there. So she was a very curious. Now this is something that we can just write in, or like I said, you can cut and paste. Girl and went to the forest to go for a wander. Okay, I don't remember the story, it's been a long time, but generally speaking, that's the way that it goes. Okay, so that's, let's say you've got your story. Now, of course, this is being pre-taught to the students and what we want to do. So, of course, we've said that it's going to be a fill in the blanks. Now, you've got to understand what you want to fill in, the students to fill in, and what the blanks are going to be, if they are going to be an item of grammar, for example, if it's going to be something a little bit easier for the students, such as, what's the name of the person, or find the plurals in this passage, or find a verb in the passage. Let's see if we can just do the top like the verbs. Okay. Now I'm going to define the blanks. So look where my hand is down here. You can see that I'm going to click there, and I'm going to say, let's say, what we say, we'll have verbs. All right. You can see the hand means that it's active. Now I'm looking at the verbs. If I have lived, that's one, and it becomes blue. Those two dots mean that you can stretch that highlighted area to become 3 words, 4 words. So you can actually turn this into a different kind of activity using the same passage, and the students fill in, of course, those blanks. Called, she was a very curious girl and went to the forest to go for a wander. Okay, so we have, as far as I can see, all the verbs. Okay, so we're going to be creating a very simple one that way. Now let's look here. What does the rest of this say? So we've got the menu. Now if I've got a class, you can see here I've already added the students, which means create, student list. All right, I'm going to create a student list. I'm not going to create a test. We're doing that now. We've done match pairs. These are other quizzes, by the way. These are other quizzes if you like. But I'm creating a student list. So I've created that. I'll click there and I'll put in the student's name. It's got name, type, items, etc. So I've got name A, name B, etc., etc. All right, we've got that. All right, so I want to check the answers. How? Do you want the students to be asked the answers when they click, or do you want the answers to be shown immediately or instantly? So this is, remember, they're typing in, sorry, they're not typing in, they're dragging the word across into the blank. And if it comes up as wrong, it'll either come up as after or straight away, or you don't even have to check. So let's see. Let's check instantly. So if we get it wrong, it's going to give us a yes or a no. Next, I'm going to choose the background. Now here, I'm going to choose one of these backgrounds here, okay? And I would like to choose just a simple one, or monsters. Let's choose monsters. Now, you click the finish. It takes a little bit of time to think. It's creating it, goes gray. This tells you that it's actually happening. And here you go. All right. Now, here is your activity. You can see the activity is ready to go. Can I just say that if you want this to make some noise, looking up in the right-hand corner, you've got the speaker. It either has music or you can take the music off. You can redo the activity by clicking the arrow, the circular arrow. You can edit if you want to edit this again, as in change the activity. Now, let's have a look at the activity. So the students have got this. I'll show you how they get it. So you've created it. You can, and this is it. So once upon a time, there was, called, went, lived. Lived. Lived, let's see. Is lived the right one? Yes, it is. You've got a green tick. Okay. A little girl went. Goldilocks, is that right? No. So that's given me immediate feedback. So that's wrong. Try again. She was called Goldilocks. She was a very, is this right? Was? Yes, you get a green tick. All right. There you go. And went to the forest to go for a wander. Now, that just showed you that it was correct. You can review or you can do it again. Okay, you can go over the questions if you like, or you can reset it. Now, let's reset and it goes back to normal. All right, let's see. So there was a little girl called, okay, she went for a wander, she lived, she went for a wander, go for a wander, she went, and let's see what happens if we get it right. That's great. We get it right and we review. Reviewing just means that instead of changing, it goes back to that actual screen. Very simple. So you can actually go over it. If you've made mistakes, you've got time to go over it. Now, this is the interesting part. So it was very simple to create this. And the way that we want to get the students involved is this way. We click on this red device. Now, what happens here? Like many other online activity websites, completely interactive, you will have straight away, you can see, I'll just hover over, you've got the address. So once you've got the students in your class at the same time at home, now how do you do this? How do I get the kids at home to see what I'm doing? Well, you do what I'm doing, which is using a teleconferencing or video conferencing platform like Zoom. Now, if you don't know how to use it, just go back to the videos to have a look how to use Zoom. It's very, very simple. It takes a bit of practice, but it's very simple. So just as you can see this screen, your students can do the same thing. So go back to the Zoom video that I recorded and have a look and see how the Zoom video. So the video shows this part here. That's what they will type into their phone, their iPad, their laptop, their computer, whatever it is that they have at home. So they also need to have internet. Okay, so we're talking about online live. They put that into their browser, and what happens is straight away the student will see. If we have a look, I can show you very quickly. Hellosmart.com. We go to hellosmart.com, which will be here. Okay, let's have a quick look there. If we do hellosmart.com, what does it ask us to do? It's really simple. It's just going to ask us for, you guess it, that big number that was on the screen. So each student will then, once they've come into this, they will see that they will have to, once they've signed in, of course, You can join as a guest if you like. And you've got a class ID. Now, these are all security. You can put that in and then press the actual number, all right, that you've got. Straightforward. What I do suggest that you do is that you, bear with me, what I do suggest that you do is that the students do sign in. The reason I say that this is a new, a very, very new feature, because of security issues, you would have noticed also that the people at Zoom and Microsoft, everyone's been upping the level of security. So what you just saw now with the sign-in, that is obligatory. But once you sign in, students will, I mean, it just gets memorized into their laptops and they just get signed in all the time. Right, so that then becomes a very closed class, just as a lot of these online video conferencing programs, you can exclude anyone that will come in and bomb, as they say, your classroom. Okay, so basically what happens is they'll put in after hellosmart.com, they have their number there, and what you will see in this section here, you can see student, their name will appear just there. All right, and they will basically then they will make their own. They will make they'll do their own quizzes online. So let's keep going. Let's create a new one. Okay, I'm going to create a new activity. Before you do that, what you want to do is this. So you've got this page here. Right? That's one activity. I would like to create a new activity for the kids. I'm going to create this on a different page. Okay. So what we've got here is we've got a page that is that we've had already, that we've created, and then you just click another page here, and you go, and that's the one that we had. What you want to do is go to the next page, which we've created, okay, by clicking this blank one with a plus on it. Okay, so we've already got another slide, let's call it. So you can go from one to the next, and we said that there are about what, 11. So you can create 11 of these. So again, we're going to click to go online, open up, and we can create another activity. Now, what's an easy one? A really good. The flip out is a very, very simple one. The flip out is very, very simple. This is a, it's like when you've got cards on the table and you can match the pairs. You can match the pairs. So it can be a word that means that's linked to a particular, another word in another language. So if you've got the word house in your language that you're teaching and the word house in English on the other side, or matching cards, you've just got to find the right card. And that's called flip out. That's, again, very, very simple. Now, the great thing about this is you can do it with words. So let's say the word, what did we say? House. Let's do house. And we'll put it down, facing down, or you can do it the other way around. We'll put it in the other language. So we can put Spanish, casa. All right, let's do another one. Let's create another card. We can say car. Let's keep it in Spanish. I press tab. We'll go to the next one. It's I'll just use the word coche. Okay. Let's use another one. We can say another word could be flower. All right. And it becomes flor. All right. So we can keep going. If you want to add an image, the great thing about this is you can. So you can click on this here, on this mountain. These are the images that you've got if you want. So you can click on there and it'll open up. Okay. You've got the images in your laptop or in your computer somewhere if you want. Okay, so this is the thing. If you know, if you've done Little Red Riding Hood, or if you've taught about the house or the body parts, and you've already got your images from somewhere, you've got them saved in your computer. And the easiest thing to do would be go to your pictures, for example, and let's say you've got the pictures that you want, and we want a picture of, oh, Tuscany, all right? It's whatever that is. You can do that, and it comes up, okay? There you go. I mean, I've got flower, but okay, I've just chosen this particular one. And this is it. That's the end. Click next. Now I can choose the background. Space, Mars, monsters, jungle island, jungle. Let's just do monsters again. or you can have it simple if you like, just the straight line. So just to give an example of the scope of these activities. Okay. All right. So what we've got is this. If I go to car, okay, you can ask the students, okay, so what's the word, and then they can do this online, or you can do it with them if you like. This can be done one-on-one. You can use the cards as you like that way. House, what did we say it was? There you go, that's it. And flower, we actually had the image, remember? We had the image that we put there. Okay. It's not actually a flower, but we've got the gist of it. These are two very simple activities that you can create. Now, remembering that if you click on the red, you've got this, you can click on the hellosmart.com. The students will connect. Again, remember that they do need to sign in. This is a new security measure. They type in this code, and then once they do that, you will see their names on this student list down here. And they can start doing it whenever they want. Okay, that's the easiest way of creating. We can continue with more activity. Now, this is an introductory video, remember. There is a lot more scope that we have for this particular one. So you want to create another activity. Let's do a labeling activity. Let's call it just a labeling activity. So a labeling activity is this. All right, let's have a quick look. Labeling is, you have an image. So let's go to our images of, we'll use the same one there. We'll say, let's have a look. We're going to be using, do we want to, okay, we'll use, let's see if we can use something else. Let's say dogs, okay. We've got a dog, okay. There it is. And this is what we do. If you want to change the image, you can change it, that's fine. But if you're going to be using that, that's fine. Let's now, we're going to be labeling the dog. Okay, so this is something that we want to use to get the students to understand body parts of the dog. So here, we're going to have ear. Here, we're going to have, now you can move this, if you just look for it, look for these dots here, and you move it that way. That you can move, so long as you get those 4 arrows, you can move whatever you want. So let's make that nose. Okay, put the word nose, and etc., etc. If you don't like that, click the bin. You don't like it, that's fine. You click there, you can put some notes. So if you've got some grammatical, like if this is an irregular noun, and often these things do happen in languages. For example, there are certain body parts in certain languages that are feminine, for example, with an article, and masculine ending, and they are completely mixed up and grammatically illogical. So you can have these notes, for example, this is in some languages, for example, or if they're spelt in a particular way with certain sounds or certain spellings that you need the students to understand. This is, of course, at a certain level. You don't have to have this. Then you can put those notes in there. Okay. You can put anything you like in there. Okay. And then you click done. So you can type that, and the students will see that. You can save it. Off you go. Save it as activity, whatever activity you want. Give it a name. You can click save, and that's fine. Or finish. There you go. So once you click finish, it's going to save, and this is all being done online. Okay. Now the thing to be careful of, as you would have just seen, is that I've got 2 activities, one on top of the other. So just make sure that you always open up another page with this particular icon here with the green and the white cross. Okay, so this is what, once you've filled it up, this could be my dog, me, the student. The student could send this in to me, and or they can create this if they like. Okay, the students can actually create this. The students, however, that's at another level. The students can send in their photos of something that you want them to do, and they can take it in turns, or you can take it in turns to create something with something that's quite personalized. It could be a photo of their holiday, of a class photo, and you can use something that will make a much stronger connection to the students, because they see images of themselves or something that they can relate to personally. Of course, they've got that much more of an affective, emotional attachment to that particular image or images, and that will make more sense to them. Instead of being something that's completely irrelevant to them, make it relevant to them, of course. And this is the beauty of this particular one here. So this is, you know, a dog that we all saw when we all went on a class excursion, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the word for nose, click on that, there. And there we go for ear. And the rest of it goes on. And you can do this for cartoon characters. You can do this for, like I said, photographs. You can do this for using all sorts of images. And that is the reveal. Okay, for the rest of these, now we're not going to be doing this for 11 of these activities. This is the basic. All of these are very, very simple to create. And I say this purely because I've been teaching this particular part of Smart Notebook for a number of years now, and every single person, once they've practiced a little bit, and I mean a little bit, they realize this is the easiest thing to create activities with. Now, the other thing is this, you'll have noticed before we actually end this session, you'll see that these particular activities are specifically the ones with devices required, like this monster test, the response, and the shout it out. They are especially designed for interactive activities with students. So just to make this very clear, what we have created in these particular sessions, okay, just now, are activities that you can have with your students by clicking on the red device here if you want, but you don't have to. These can be used in class and nobody has to log on, okay? Just like I did right now by clicking these sections here, okay? So I'll say that again. Most of these activities are used in the classroom, if you like, or they can be used also online with the students by clicking this red activity that we device, like we saw before. But these particular three with these devices, they are only for live activities, okay? That's the big difference. That's it. So this is a very brief introduction as to how to create some activities online to give to your students and get them to participate. They are very, very quick to use. They're very, very personalized. They can be done at different levels. You can make them with monsters, with science backgrounds, with music, without music. You can make the corrections immediate or no corrections whatsoever. Okay, so you've got a lot of flexibility with these particular activities. What I suggest you do, look at those. And while we're here, if you want, you can, and you're looking for extra ideas, this little section here is called the Smart Exchange. Okay, today's session was only about the activities, or the LAB they call it. Okay, the Smart Lab activities. This particular one, if you've got time, click on it. That will open up another section, which is the pre-made activities by other teachers. So if you're curious and you've got some time to spare and you want to see if other teachers have created something in your language ready to go that you can download straight away, they are ready made in there for you, okay? But there is a drawback. They are not necessarily what you're looking for, and you need to spend time looking at those. Apart from that, there is quite a bit more to do. Stay tuned for other videos, or you can also contact the Federation for some workshops. We will come out to your funded schools or member schools for the Federation, and we'd be happy to provide you with some workshops. And happy teaching.